while the indebted economies on the continent, well, especially those on the south, they would like to ease budget discipline. Well, what is the better strategy? The German?
Al, eventually you run out of money. Eventually you run out of other people's money. The Greeks are out of other people's money now. Everybody who says, I want a free lunch. Listen, I want a free lunch too, Al. But somebody has to pay for it, and the world has decided we're not going to give them any more money. Maybe a few more days, a few more months or something, but the only solution is to start paying off the debt. So far, Al, if you look at every one of the countries with an austerity plan, the debt is going higher in every country despite austerity. That is going to lead to a collapse someday. We have to realize what's happened. We have to face reality, and we have to start cutting back. I don't particularly like it, but facts are facts. Otherwise, we're going to have debt going higher and higher. There's going to be an eventual collapse, and then it's going to be a disaster for the whole world.
You should know the situation in the States, and you know better than me, better than most of the people. But when I look at what's going on in the States, I get a feeling that around a quarter of the American population gets their free lunch every day for their entire life. And when people look at that, first of all, they want their free lunch too.
Right.
And secondly, people say, where's the collapse you're talking about?
Well, it's going to come out. In America, only 50% of the people pay tax. That means 50% of the people do not pay any taxes at all.
This is your free lunch.
Yeah, I would like to be one of those who doesn't pay any taxes. I would certainly like that too. But that can't. America's now the largest debtor nation in the history of the world, Al. In the history of the world. This is going to have a bad ending down the road.
The new French president, he has won the election with the promise to put the economic growth over the budget discipline. What resources does he have to fulfill his promise? Does he have enough spare money to do that?
No, that's my point. Eventually you run out of other people's money. I'm delighted that he says he's going to ignore the budget constraints. Where is he going to get the money? I'm not going to give him the money. Are you going to give him the money? I don't think Russia's going to give him the money. I don't think America's going to give him the money. No. He is not facing reality yet, and reality is going to slap him in the face sometime in the next couple of years.
What's wrong about other people's money? This other people's money is what business is all about, because if you're playing with your money, it's a hobby. It's not business.
Other people's money is great as long as you can get other people's money. My point is eventually the other people run out of money. You're going to run out of other people's money, and then what are you going to do? Unless you have some money hidden away in your pocket somewhere, you're going to have a real problem.
Well, this is the whole point about the drachma. They think that if they return to drachma, this is going to be their money. They're going to print it.
Right, they'll print them, but that's what the Greeks have done for 200 years. You know, the drachma comes and goes. It goes up, it goes down. It's been a nightmare living in. That's why the Greek economy hasn't done much for 200. They got independence in 1832. They have not had a good time since independence because they keep printing money.
Well, you mentioned Portugal. Well, some people also mention Spain. But may there really be this domino effect if Greece falls?
Yeah,
or not exactly? Because Eurozone is stronger than a pack of dominoes, is it? Well,
I would hope the Euro survives. The world needs something to compete with the U.S. dollar. The dollar is a terribly flawed currency. The Euro would be great. At least a sound Euro would be great. So, in theory, it would be good if the weak sisters left the Euro, and the ones that were left were very strong and sound, and then you would have a very good currency to compete with the U.S. dollar. Unfortunately, I don't know if the Euro could survive if you have 3 or 4 people leaving. That's going to be quite a shock. Whether it's Portugal or not, I was just using that as an example. There are many countries that could leave. If the first one leaves, if Greece leaves, then some other politician is going to say, I can win an election by saying I'm going to leave the Euro. I'll tell the people it's good.
And he's triggering the process.
Right, that's what happens. Now, but eventually, if the Euro can survive, all the weak ones getting out, boy, the Euro would be the greatest currency in the world. It would put the dollar out of business.
Says Jim Rogers, investor and Wall Street guru. Spotlight will be back shortly after a break, so stay with us. Welcome back to Spotlight. I'm Al Grunov, and just a reminder that my guest on the show today is Jim Rogers, investor, Wall Street guru, and Indiana Jones of capitalism, as they nickname it. Well, Mr. Rogers wrote a book called A Gift to My Children, A Father's Lessons for Life and Investing. Well, just another lesson from you. What are you teaching your children? In which currency should they put their savings today? You said that there will be maybe big problems in the year 13 in Europe. You said the dollar. You're not very happy about the dollar. So what's it going to be? Yuan? China?
Well, actually, yes. The renminbi the Chinese currency is one of the better currencies in the world. But you can't just pick up the phone and buy a lot of renminbi because it's a blocked currency. But it is legal to buy it, and whenever I can, I buy more renminbi for myself and for my family. The other currencies right now, the Swiss franc, the Japanese yen. I actually own some dollars at the moment, not because it's a safe haven, but